Hey kids, it's me, your friend from Curious Factory. Are you ready to explore our amazing solar system? Wow, that's right, we're going on an incredible journey through space, way up high above the clouds, past the moon, and into the great big universe. We're going to visit all the super cool planets that go around our big bright sun. Can you say solar system? SOLARSYSTEM. Solar system. It's going to be so much fun, and you're going to learn so many new things. I can't wait to show you everything. We'll learn fun facts about each planet and even do a cool DIY craft project. That's right, we'll discover what makes each planet special, like which one is the hottest, which one is the biggest, and which one has beautiful, sparkly rings. And after we become super space explorers, we're going to get our hands busy with an awesome craft. We'll make our very own solar system mobile that you can hang in your room. How cool is that? It's going to be a blast, learning and creating together. So, put on your imaginary space helmets, whoosh, click, and buckle up your seatbelts, click, clack, because our spaceship is about to take off. Count down with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, woohoo! Get ready for an adventure that's out of this world. We're going to see amazing colors, learn big new words, and have a super good time. Are you excited? I know I am. Let's go explore the solar system.
Our first stop is the planet Mercury. Whoa, look at that! Mercury is the planet closest to the big hot sun. Can you see the sun in the sky? Well, Mercury is way closer to it than we are here on Earth. Imagine standing really close to a giant heater. That's a little bit like what it's like for Mercury. Actually, it's super hot on one side and super cold on the other. What a tricky planet. Mercury is also the smallest planet in our solar system. It's a tiny little guy, but it's super speedy. It zooms around the sun faster than any other planet. Vroom! Vroom! Can you make a zooming sound like Mercury? That's it! It's like the race car of the planets, always in a hurry to get around. Even though it's small, it's a very important part of our solar system family. Every planet is special, and Mercury is special because it's the smallest and the fastest. Now here's a super fun fact about Mercury that might make your brain do a little wiggle. Are you ready? A day on Mercury is actually longer than a year on Mercury. What? How can that be? It sounds a bit silly, doesn't it? A day is how long it takes for a planet to spin around one time, like a spinning top. And a year is how long it takes to go all the way around the sun. So, on Mercury, it spins around really slowly. So slowly that one whole spin, one day, takes a very long time. But because it's so close to the sun, it doesn't take very long for it to travel all the way around the sun to make a year. Isn't that amazing? So, you could have a birthday party, and then wait a little bit, and then it would be New Year's. All before your birthday, Mercury Day is even over. Wow, let's spell Mercury. M-E-R-C-U-R-Y. Mercury. It's a rocky planet, a bit like the rocks you might find in a park, but much bigger, of course. It doesn't have any moons, so it's all alone as it zips around the sun. Poor little Mercury, no moons to play with. But it has the sun to keep it company, really close company. Too close for us to visit without a super-duper special spaceship. So that's Mercury for you. The smallest, the speediest, closest to the sun, with very long days and short years. What a fascinating little planet. Can you remember one thing about Mercury? Maybe that it's super fast or super small? Excellent! You're becoming a Mercury expert. Let's get ready to zoom off to our next amazing planet. Hold on tight.
Whoosh! Our next stop is the planet Venus. V-E-N-U-S, Venus. Wow, look at Venus. It's often called Earth's sister planet because it's about the same size as Earth. Isn't that interesting, like having a twin? But even though they are similar in size, Venus is very different from our home, Earth. It's a super interesting place to learn about, so let's dive in. Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system. Can you say hottest? H-O-T-T-E-S-T. That means it's even hotter than Mercury, even though Mercury is closer to the sun. Now, why is that? It's because Venus is covered with very thick clouds. These aren't fluffy white clouds like we see on Earth. Oh no. These clouds are made of nasty stuff, and they trap all the sun's heat. Imagine wrapping yourself in a super thick blanket on a hot day, and you can't take it off. That's kind of what it's like on Venus. The heat gets in, but it can't get out, so it just gets hotter and hotter and hotter. It's like living in a super hot oven. You definitely wouldn't want to bake cookies there. They'd burn too fast. It's so hot on Venus that it could melt some metals. Wowzers! These thick clouds also mean we can't really see the surface of Venus from space with regular telescopes. It's like Venus is wearing a big, cloudy mask all the time. Scientists have to use special radar to peek through the clouds and see what the ground looks like. And guess what? It's a very rocky and volcanic place. Lots of mountains and old volcanoes. Pretty bumpy down there. Another interesting thing about Venus is that it spins backwards. Most planets like Earth spin in one direction, but Venus decided to be different and spins the other way. And it spins very, very slowly, even slower than Mercury. A day on Venus is super, super long. It's actually longer than its year, just like Mercury. These two planets have some funny ways of counting their days and years, don't they? So Venus is Earth's similar-sized sister, but it's super hot because of its thick, heat-trapping clouds, and it spins backwards very slowly. What a unique and fiery planet. It's so bright in our sky sometimes. People call it the morning star or evening star because you can see it shining brightly before sunrise or after sunset. But remember, it's not a star, it's a super hot planet. Great job learning about Venus.
All right, space explorers, guess where we're going next? It's a very special planet, the most special of all to us. It's planet Earth. Yay! E-A-R-T-H, Earth. This is our home. This is where we live, where all the trees grow, where the fishes swim, and where we play with our friends. Isn't Earth just the best? I think so. Earth is super special because it's the only planet we know of that has liquid water right on its surface. Look at all that blue on the globe. That's water. Oceans, rivers, and lakes. Water is so important. We need it to drink, plants need it to grow, and animals need it too. Can you think of something you use water for every day? Maybe brushing your teeth or taking a bath? Water is amazing. And because Earth has water and just the right temperature, not too hot like Venus, and not too cold like some other planets far from the sun, it's the only planet where we know for sure that life exists. That means plants, animals, and us, people. How incredibly cool is that? We live on a giant, beautiful spaceship called Earth, traveling through space. It's our job to take good care of it, isn't it? Earth has one moon. Can you see the moon at night sometimes? It's big and round and beautiful. Our moon goes around and around the Earth, like a little friend always following us. Some planets have lots of moons and some have none, but we have our one special moon. It helps with the tides in the ocean and lights up our night sky. Thank you, moon. Our planet Earth spins around every 24 hours, and that gives us day and night. When our side of the Earth is facing the sun, it's daytime and we can play outside. And when our side spins away from the sun, it's nighttime and we go to sleep. And it takes Earth 365 days, or one whole year, to travel all the way around the sun. And that's when we have a birthday. So many amazing things happen because of how Earth moves. So Earth is our home, full of blue oceans, green land, amazing animals, and wonderful people. It's got liquid water, it's got life, and it's got one beautiful moon. It's the perfect place for us. Let's all give a big cheer for planet Earth. Hip, hip, hooray. We should always remember to be kind to our planet, to recycle, and to keep it clean and beautiful for everyone. What a wonderful place Earth is.
Chapter 4, Mars, the Rusty Red Planet. Okay, adventurers, are you ready for our next planetary stop? We're zooming off to a planet that's a really cool color. It's Mars, M-A-R-S, Mars. Wow, look at it. Mars is known as the Red Planet. Can you see why? It's because it looks reddish in the sky and up close. It's like a giant rusty ball floating in space. So cool. Why is Mars red, you ask? That's a great question. It's red because its surface has a lot of iron oxide. That's a fancy word for rust. Just like an old bicycle or a nail might get rusty and turn reddish-brown if left outside, the rocks and dust on Mars have rust in them, and that gives the whole planet its reddish color. Isn't science neat? It explains why Mars looks like a big red jewel in space. Scientists are super curious about Mars. They've sent lots of cool robots called rovers to explore Mars. These rovers are like little remote-controlled cars with cameras and tools. They drive around on the surface of Mars, take pictures, and study the rocks and soil. Can you pretend to be a Mars rover? Beep boop beep, driving around exploring. Maybe one day humans will even get to visit Mars. How exciting would that be? One of the biggest questions scientists have about Mars is whether there was ever water there a long, long time ago. They found clues that suggest Mars might have had rivers, lakes, or even oceans billions of years ago. Wow! Imagine that. If there was water, maybe, just maybe, There could have been tiny little life forms, like little tiny microbes. We don't know for sure yet, but scientists are working hard to find out. Mars has two very small moons. Their names are Phobos and Deimos. Can you say that? Phobos, Deimos. They are not big and round like our moon. They are kind of lumpy and look like potatoes. What funny-looking moons. So Mars has two little potato friends flying around it. That's pretty neat. Two moons instead of one. So Mars is the red planet because of rust. It has tall volcanoes and deep canyons. And scientists think it might have had water a long, long time ago. It also has two small lumpy moons. It's a very interesting place. And we're learning more about it all the time thanks to those amazing rovers. What's your favorite thing about Mars? The color, the rovers, the chance of ancient water, so much to explore. Chapter 5. Jupiter, the giant king of planets. Get ready, explorers, because we're about to visit the biggest planet in our whole solar system. It's Jupiter. Jupiter, Jupiter. Wow, look at the size of that planet. It is huge. It's so big that you could fit all the other planets in our solar system inside it, and there would still be room left over. Can you imagine something that big? It's like a giant cosmic beach ball. Jupiter is a gas giant, which means it's mostly made of gases like hydrogen and helium. It doesn't have a solid surface like Earth or Mars that you could stand on. If you tried to land a spaceship on Jupiter, you'd just sink down into the swirling clouds. Whoosh! Down, down, down you go. It's a very different kind of planet from the rocky ones we've visited so far. One of the most famous things about Jupiter is its great red spot. Can you see it in the pictures? It looks like a giant red eye staring out from the planet. But guess what? It's not an eye. It's actually a humongous storm. A storm that's bigger than the entire planet Earth. And this storm has been raging for hundreds of years. Can you imagine a storm lasting that long? That's one powerful windy spot. Jupiter also has rings, but they are very faint and hard to see, not like the bright, shiny rings of another planet we'll visit later. Jupiter's rings are made of tiny dust particles. And guess what else Jupiter has a lot of? Moons! Jupiter has so many moons. Scientists have found at least 95 moons orbiting Jupiter. Wow, that's like having 95 little friends flying around you all the time. Some of them are really big, even bigger than the planet Mercury. 4 of Jupiter's largest moons are called the Galilean moons because they were discovered by a famous astronomer named Galileo Galilei a long, long time ago. Their names are Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. Those are some fun names to say. Io has lots of volcanoes, Europa might have an ocean under its icy shell, Ganymede is the biggest moon in the solar system, and Callisto is covered in craters. So many amazing moons! So Jupiter is the giant king of the planets, a gas giant with a great red spot that's a superstorm, faint rings, and tons of moons. It's a big, swirling, stormy place, and it's so fascinating to learn about. Can you puff out your cheeks and pretend to be as big as Jupiter? Whoosh! Great job. You're a Jupiter expert now. Chapter 6, Saturn, the planet with the dazzling rings. Are you ready to see something truly spectacular, space explorers? Our next destination is famous for its beauty. We're going to Saturn. 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 Wow! Just look at those rings. Aren't they the most amazing things you've ever seen? Saturn is known all over the universe for its beautiful bright rings. They make Saturn look so special and elegant. What are Saturn's rings made of? That's a fantastic question. They look solid from far away, but they're actually made up of billions and billions of little pieces of ice, rock, and dust. Some pieces are as small as a grain of sand, and some are as big as a house. All these little pieces orbit Saturn together, forming those wide, flat rings. Imagine a giant cosmic hula hoop made of sparkly ice. Saturn, like Jupiter, is a gas giant. It's the second largest planet in our solar system, so it's pretty big too, though not as big as Jupiter. It's also mostly made of hydrogen and helium, and it spins very fast, which makes it bulge a little in the middle and get squished at the top and bottom. It's like if you spin a water balloon really fast. What a funny shape for a planet. Here's a super silly and fun fact about Saturn. It's a very light planet for its size. In fact, it's so light that if you could find a bathtub big enough, and that would have to be a gigantic bathtub, bigger than anything you can imagine, Saturn would float in the water. Can you believe that? A whole planet floating. Splish splash, Saturn's taking a bath. That's because it's mostly made of very light gases. Saturn also has many moons, just like Jupiter. It has over 140 confirmed moons. Wow, that's even more than Jupiter that we know of so far. One of its most famous moons is called Titan. Titan is super interesting because it's the only moon in our solar system known to have a thick atmosphere, and it even has clouds and liquid methane rain and rivers and lakes on its surface. It's a very mysterious and exciting moon. So Saturn is the beautiful ringed planet, a gas giant that could float in water, and it has tons of amazing moons, including the cloudy Titan. Those rings are just so breathtaking, made of ice and rock shining in the sunlight. Can you trace a circle in the air like Saturn's rings? Round and round they go. Saturn is definitely one of the prettiest sights in our solar system. Let's keep our space adventure going. We're traveling further out into the solar system to visit a planet that's a bit of a sleepy, tilted giant. It's Uranus. Uranus, Uranus. Look at its color. Uranus is a beautiful blue-green color. It's an ice giant, which means it's made of icy materials like water, methane, and ammonia, surrounding a small rocky core. Brrr, it must be cold out there. One of the most unique and interesting things about Uranus is that it rotates on its side. What? Imagine all the other planets spinning like tops, mostly upright, but Uranus is like a top that fell over and is spinning on its side as it goes around the sun. It's tilted over so much that its poles, the very top and bottom, sometimes point directly towards the sun. How quirky is that? Because it's tilted on its side, the seasons on Uranus are very, very extreme and very, very long. Each season can last for more than 20 Earth years. Imagine having summer for 20 years, and then winter for 20 years. That would be a long time to wait for the weather to change. It's all because of that super tilt. What a silly sideways planet. Why is Uranus blue-green? Well, that pretty color comes from the methane gas in its atmosphere. Methane absorbs red light from the sun and reflects blue and green light back out into space, so that's the color we see. It makes Uranus look like a calm, serene jewel floating in the darkness of space. Such a lovely color, don't you think? Can you find something blue or green around you right now? Uranus also has rings like Saturn, but they are much darker and thinner, making them harder to see. It's like Saturn has big, bright, sparkly rings, and Uranus has shy, quiet rings. It also has many moons, 27 that we know of so far. Many of them are named after characters from the plays of William Shakespeare and Alexander Pope, like Miranda, Ariel, and Titania, fancy names for fancy moons. So Uranus is the tilted ice giant, spinning on its side with a beautiful blue-green color because of methane. It has long, extreme seasons, faint dark rings, and many moons with interesting names. It's a chilly, mysterious, and very unique planet in our solar system. Can you try to tilt your head and spin like Uranus? Whee! Be careful not to get too dizzy. Great job exploring Uranus. We're almost at the end of our planetary tour, explorers. Our last stop is the farthest planet from the sun in our solar system. It's Neptune. Neptune, Neptune. Wow, look at that deep blue color, it's so vibrant. Neptune is another ice giant, much like Uranus, and it's a very cold and distant world. It takes Neptune a very, very long time to go around the sun, about 165 Earth years for just one Neptune year. Neptune is a beautiful, rich blue color, even bluer than Uranus. And just like Uranus, that blue color comes from methane in its atmosphere. But scientists think there might be another ingredient in Neptune's atmosphere that makes its blue even deeper and more striking. It's like a giant sapphire in the sky. What a stunning planet to see, even from so far away. One of the most incredible things about Neptune is that it has the strongest winds in the entire solar system. Can you imagine? These winds can whip around the planet at speeds over 1,200 miles per hour. That's faster than the fastest race car, faster than a jet plane. Whoosh! Those are some seriously powerful winds. It must be a very stormy and wild place. Just like Jupiter has its great red spot, Neptune used to have a great dark spot. It was a huge storm system, similar to Jupiter's, but it seems to have disappeared. Scientists saw it with the Hubble Space Telescope, and then later it was gone and new spots have appeared. So Neptune's weather is very active and changes a lot, with giant storms brewing and fading away. What a dynamic and windy world. Neptune also has faint rings, just like Uranus and Jupiter, and it has 14 known moons. Its largest moon is named Triton. Triton is a very interesting moon because it orbits Neptune backwards in the opposite direction to Neptune's spin. And it's extremely cold on Triton, one of the coldest places in our solar system. Brrr! It even has geysers that erupt icy material. What a cool, literally moon. So, Neptune is the farthest planet, a deep blue ice giant with super strong winds and big storms like the Great Dark Spot. It has faint rings and a cool moon called Triton that orbits backwards. It's a very cold, windy, and mysterious place at the edge of our main planetary system. You've now visited all 8 planets. You're an official solar system expert. Give yourself a big pat on the back.
Wow, explorers, we've learned so much about all the amazing planets in our solar system, from speedy Mercury to windy Neptune. Now, are you ready for some super fun crafting? Yay! We're going to make our very own solar system mobile using simple things you might have around your house. This is going to be so creative and fun. Let's get our art supplies ready. First, let's gather what we need. You'll need some paper. Construction paper in different colors would be awesome, or plain white paper that you can color. You'll also need some scissors. Remember to ask a grown-up for help with these. Some string or yarn, a pencil or crayons or markers for decorating, and maybe a paper plate or a coat hanger to hang our planets from. Got everything? Great. Okay, step 1. We need to make our planets. Let's think about the planets we learned about. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And don't forget our big bright sun. You can draw and cut out circles of different sizes for each planet. Remember, Jupiter is the biggest and Mercury is the smallest. Use colors that match the planets. Red for Mars, blue for Earth, yellow for the Sun. For Saturn, don't forget its beautiful rings. You can cut out a bigger circle or a flat donut shape from a different colored paper and glue it around your Saturn planet. How cool will that look? And for Earth, you can draw little green continents and blue oceans. Be creative. Make your planets look amazing. You can even try to draw Jupiter's great red spot or the swirls on the gas giants. Once you have all your planets and the sun cut out and decorated, it's time to attach the strings. Carefully, with a grown-up's help if you need it, make a small hole at the top of each paper planet. Then, cut different lengths of string for each planet. Tie one end of a string through the hole in each planet. Now your planets are ready to hang. This is looking so good. Now take your paper plate or coat hanger. This will be the top of our mobile. If you're using a paper plate, you can decorate it too. Maybe like a starry sky. Then carefully attach the other end of each planet's string to the plate or hanger. Try to hang the sun in the middle, and then the planets in order from the sun. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and there you have it, your very own solar system mobile.
Wow, what an incredible adventure we had today exploring the solar system. We learned about fiery Venus, giant Jupiter, and our beautiful home, Earth. And look at this amazing solar system mobile we made. It looks fantastic. Thanks for exploring the solar system with me. Don't forget to try the DIY craft project and show your friends and family what you learned and created. They'll be so impressed with your space knowledge and your artistic skills. I had so much fun learning about all the planets with you today, from the closest to the sun, Mercury, all the way out to windy Neptune, and making our craft was a blast. Remember all those cool facts we discovered? Like how Uranus spins on its side, or how Saturn could float in a giant bathtub? Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep learning because the universe is full of amazing things to discover. Make sure to subscribe to the Curious Kids Factory channel for more fun and educational videos. We have so many more adventures planned, more things to learn, and more cool crafts to make together. Thanks again for joining me today, my amazing space explorer friends. I can't wait to see you next time for another exciting journey. Bye-bye for now. Keep shining bright like the stars.